problems that are facing us, but also find interesting ways and exciting ways to extend the capabilities of UC. Currently, there are, I think it's around 116 online courses that are offered to undergraduate students within UC. It's not a startling amount when you compare the number that are offered on ground, but there has been growth over the last 5 years or so in those numbers, and there is a pledge to continue that growth as a result of the funding that is apparently coming from the governor's office and the budget, assuming all of that follows through. And so we hope to expand the things that are available as well. There also are a number of graduate courses that are offered online. There currently, I think, are 4 online graduate master's degree programs with a number of others that are in the review process that are occurring. So far at UC, there's not been any undergraduate degrees that are fully available online, and that's not the current focus for where things are going. In some time period, maybe that will become a possibility, but right now we're focusing on increasing the availability of courses that are offered online to students to enhance their ability to get through the system in a reasonable amount of time, and to find out if there are ways that we can reduce the costs of education as a part of that. We have, in our pilot project, started first offering courses a year ago. We've offered now, I think, 18 new courses that have been brought forward during that time. It's enrolled a little over 2,000 students that have been involved. We have built around this whole process an evaluation that is getting information on each of the courses as they're being developed and as they're being run, so that we can judge how effective they're being in achieving the learning outcomes that are desired as a part of this. One of the main things that we have concentrated on and everything that we have done, and I will speak for my campus colleagues that I think they also have the same goals, is to ensure that the quality of what's being done meets the standards that we want to have as part of the education at UC. And that means, to some degree, that we have to be a little careful in how we proceed on this as well. It sometimes will take a while to see the effects of changes that are put in place, and so we would like to make sure that the changes that we are doing are ones that are going to be in a positive direction as we go forward, and not to find that we've made some mistakes because of that. So we're trying to extend what we're doing and look at things that are there, but also put in, as a part of that process, ways of judging whether or not what's being done is likely to meet the standards of quality that the state and probably the world expect to come from a UC type of education. Initially, this project started with a wide variety of courses. Part of the intent was to try a number of different things to allow faculty to teach in ways that they think were the best way for them to communicate the information. That means we built a system that has flexibility that might be greater than what's present in some learning management systems, because we wanted to not limit the ability of the instructors to teach in the way that they thought was most effective for the courses that they were involved in. As a part of this evolution, we focused more on lower division, high enrollment, gateway, and general education courses, ones that have the potential to be barriers to students getting through in the time that they would like to. If there are seats that are filled, having an online version of that may open up possibilities that in the past there haven't been real reasonable ways to do. And so that's one of the goals of the renewed effort that we've done in the last year, but also the new initiative that is coming as a result of the funding that looks like it will be available for online. Foremost in anything that we're doing is trying to make this beneficial for students in a variety of ways to ensure that they get the education that they want, get through in as reasonable a time period as possible, and to the extent that we can, reduce the costs that are there. So a major goal is that the things that we put in place will